lads, listen, you're a smart guy. You've got potential. You've got intelligence. You've got all of the attributes, all of the aesthetics, all of the outcomes in which 99% of guys would fucking drag their balls through glass to fucking have. You've got the car, the watch, the wife, the travel, the location, the house, the business. You've got it all going for you. But why, my brother? Why? Is it you can have these periods of time in your life where you're so fucking dialed in, smashing it across the board, alignment's there, the physique's improving, the health's on point, you're just winning. And then out of fucking nowhere, you unravel like a ball of fucking wool, and you can't seem to pick up momentum again. You lose drive, you lose that rigor, you lose that intention in which you were once operating with. Why is that, brother? Why is that? Well, I want to break something down for you in this quick video, and it's going to probably meet you where you really needed to meet you today, because it's not a motivation issue. It's not a discipline issue. You already got discipline. You built a business. You're in a relationship. You're already doing pretty fucking good across the board. You got to be disciplined to have that. So it's not like you're lacking that, but you probably don't have a system, right? You actually have more of a plan, more of like a rough idea, more of a, a throw shit at a wall and see what sticks kind of approach to life. And the thing is, when you know you're at your best, ask yourself this question right here, right now. When do you know you're at your best? What's happening in your life? You're probably going to answer me with when I'm waking up early, when I'm hitting the gym, when I'm, dialing in on my food, when I've got a nice nighttime routine, when I've got some downtime, I can actually think laterally and breathe and da-da-da-da-da. You could probably give me a laundry list of 110 things that you do when you're at your best, right? But you can only achieve those things when everything else is going right in life. But when life throws fucking curveballs at you and your back goes against the wall, you have no internal sat-nav. You have no operating system to flow from. And that's where you unravel. That's where shit gets sticky. That's when shit gets tough and you start questioning yourself. Because you know yourself in your heart and head. You want to be the guy that's got the respect, the status, the woman, you're fuckable, you've got a great physique, you drive the nice car, you've got the house. See, when you look at the grand scheme picture of your life, the jigsaw puzzle, you're not a fat out of shape wanker at the end of it, are you? You're a dialed in, lean, athletic guy that has a world class system that keeps his health on top, in check, 24/7, 365 for the long term. It's not just a flash in the pan result you're looking for. You know that you want that longevity, you value it, but you continue to put all these external things in front of your actual purpose right now, which is to become the very best version of you. Because I fucking know this, bro. You go to bed every single night and you put your head in the pillow and you think, tomorrow's the day, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get this routine, I'm going to I'm going to smash the gym, eat healthy. Tomorrow never comes, bro. Tomorrow never comes. And then you question yourself when it gets to Friday in a week and it's like your missus is wanting to have some cookies and some ice cream and get some, dinner ordered in. And you're sitting in the couch and you eat all this food and it's like, I'm going to go to that run club tomorrow, I'm going to go to that class tomorrow. Then you wake up late and then Sunday comes and the Sunday scaries come because the fear for another week of going 100% full throttle in business arrives and you're stressed even more and you think, how am I going to fucking manage this? And the gap between the gain gets bigger and bigger and bigger because you actually lack a system, you lack the thinking power to actually put plans in place that are going to stick for the long term. That's why with every single one of my guys, they have the TD5 and they operate across the core four: the physique, the purpose, the productivity, and the performance. Guys, you cannot have productivity without purpose. So you have to understand what the grand mission and vision of your entire life has to now look like. What does it feel like? How can we now start behaving our way to that success now? That way you can structure your daily alignment processes in place with the identity of the man who would have that outcome. Then from a physical and psychological performance component, right? What would you look like? What would you think like? How would you operate if you were actually the most dialed in, high performing, weaponized, war-toting motherfucker that you had ever met? What would he do? What would he think like? What would the daily actions, the habits, the thoughts, the beliefs be? Because see, when you have the purpose dialed in, grandiose mission and vision, you're productive as fuck, you're getting as much out of every single day as you possibly can in a sense of flow. You're operating from the TD5 framework, so you've got the daily habits in check. You're performing at a really solid level across the board. Then your physique will catch up. Because you can't have the green without the red. And so many guys fucking think this, weirdly, that one day real soon they're going to have it. They're going to have enough time, enough energy, enough money, enough resources. But the thing is, time waits for no motherfucking man. You've got to be curious. You've got to be direct. You've got to remove the ego. You've got to be someone who is willing to seek the support from someone who has what you want. Gain the knowledge, gain the access, gain the proximity, right? Because once you know the exact system to operate from that gives you the core 4 by operating from the TD5, which is my daily habits that work extremely well for every single one of my clients in a very frictionless way, you start to win. You start to thrive. You don't rely on the motivation, don't rely on the discipline. You rely on inspired intention because you have a system that now complements your life rather than complicates it. And it stops you, brother. It stops you being your own biggest limiting factor in your own life, which you currently are, because you lack clarity and confidence, right? And you always end up getting to the peak amount stupid where you start again, things start moving at pace, you gain motivation for a small period of time, then you reach the top, and then pardon me, you unravel again, you fall flat on your face, you create a false ledge for yourself because something happens in life. You don't have the right system to back up the action which is required to go through that period of time. And that's where the stress, the anxiety, and the disconnect kicks in. And it leaves you questioning yourself, it leaves you doubting yourself, it leaves you stressed and actually regressing back the way you know yourself. Business growth, right? Business growth, relationship growth, life growth, everything, all those are such high values of yours. And if you're off, then all your energy goes into how bad you feel, and you focus so much on trying to fix the life you don't want, you forget to grow and develop the life you do want. And you're always spent in a space and place of harboring fear, anxiety, disconnect, anger, pain, sadness, guilt, shame, rather than love, happiness, excitement, gratitude, enlightenment, when you are completely dialed in and in flow state. And the thing is, guys, you gotta put every fucking egg in the basket, cut it, no fucking plan B. I'm all in on me to become the best me, because I know when I'm at the center of my own life, everything else around me thrives. You know that's the case. Your fucking value, right? Your fucking value as a man should be to protect the missus, give her everything she wanted, to have a world-class godlike physique that gives you the status, the confidence, and the respect. You should have the energy and productivity systems in check so you're never burnt out, never anxious. You're always operating from alignment, which is the core thing, because you're not misaligned. You don't lack a plan, you're just out of alignment right now. That is the main thing. You're out of fucking alignment with your plan, with your mission, with your structure, with your system. You need like an identity rewiring, right? You can't live your life questioning yourself. If you question yourself for a fucking single second, that's where the doubt creeps in. You got to move so fucking fast, guys. I've said this many times before. Camera just died there. But like I was saying, you can't have success without speed, brothers. You can't have it, right? You need to implement very, very quickly every single day and not overthink things. But you can go fast without subtraction, so you have to remove all the negative doubts, the thoughts, the shit that doesn't serve you. You can't keep training like a bodybuilder. You can't keep eating 5-6 meals a day. You can't keep going to High Rocks and Run Club. You can't keep trying to keep up with the fucking Joneses. You need to be a trailblazer. You need to do things different. You need to remove the friction, the stress, the pain, the anxiety, all the shit. You always set this fucking grandiose expectation thinking, I'll be able to pull all this off, and you book this full big week out with business, life, relationships, fitness. Nothing fucking happens because your energy and your thoughts are just diluted. They're spread way too thin, pillar to post kind of shit, guys. And that's what freaks you the fuck out. Whereas you know yourself as a high performing guy, simplicity is key. But why don't you follow through on that? Because you believe doing less will lead to less, but in reality doing less better done equals more. You just have too big an ego right now, and you need to crush that ego. You need to remove the fucking ego thinking that doing less is a bad thing. Doing less is not a bad thing. Doing less better with direct focus, with alignment, with clarity, and a real system that backs up the results in which you want, that's what fucking gets you winning, boys. Simple as that. Guys, I'll love you and leave you. Much love. See you in the next one. If this is resonating, by the way, follow my daily habits, Lewis McFarlane Coaching on Instagram. You'll see everything I get up to every single day, the content I post, the mindset I have, the whole 9 miles. Free masterclass below in the link as well. Go grab it. Peak Performance Masterclass on your testosterone, mindset, lifestyle, and how to eat and train like an absolute savage. Guys, I will love you and leave you. I will see you in the next one, because there's always going to be a next one, and I'm going to get better at this YouTube thing. Anyway, guys, much love. See you soon.